So what makes this company different? And I'm actually a little sad because the next couple of days will be the last times I'm presenting Dolly Varden Silver. But what I'm excited about is this merger, this proposed merger. And what I'm excited about is moving from an advanced explorer to a producer. And I've been studying and watching. I've been in this business for 22 years. And what struck me is one of the reasons that Dolly Varden got off the ground was because of a company called Hecla Mining. And I won't go into the long story, but it's an interesting one. And I think Diana's at the back of the room. Diana, do you want to put your hand up? So Diana will tell you all about this story. And I think we've got Daniel there in a nice bright pink shirt. So we got a whole team here that's excited to talk to you. But it's an exciting story. And this business is made up of the stories. And there was a hostile takeover by Hecla. Hecla's a supportive shareholder. It's complicated. But what I learned through this process, okay, we're in a world where the companies that run this world today didn't exist decades ago. What's interesting about Hecla, though, is they've been in business for 135 years. And like, I'm going to have my son at the VRIC conference tomorrow. And he's 16, and as I think about the future and as I think about him, I want to create something that lasts a long time, beyond me. And so what I've learned from Hecla is I can create a business that's going to last 100 years. And the cool thing about commodities, gold, silver, there's few businesses that can do that. So I'm going to talk to you about what I'm doing. I've been coming here like Andrew. I started coming here maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I've been in the business for 22 years. Dolly was an idea. It was a small little silver mine in BC. And we made discoveries, we bought gold, and now we're buying production. And the production we're buying, this is the highest grade open pit gold mine in the world, and it's in Alaska. And, I've been dreaming of the day that we had $100 silver and $5,000 gold for a long time, and we're here. But what I never expected was that I thought governments would steal our gold and silver. I didn't think they'd invest in our companies. And so you have beat the other 8 billion people that are on the planet because you're here, and I recognize some of you, and you've been coming here and learning. And what's interesting is, why are we here today? We're here to make money, right? That's why you're here. You're here to invest, you're here to make money. And what Peter has explained is that despite gold and silver going higher, the equities have not priced in this new move. So it's an interesting time. I can highlight 2019 when this happened in gold, when gold broke out of a 6-year base and the equities didn't react. And we can study history and point out times, and there's a lot of, that's why come to the booth, we'll explain this, but I should probably get through some slides here. I will be making some forward-looking statements. So why is a silver miner buying gold production? The reason I'm doing it is I need to get my silver off the hills and into a mill. And I didn't want to do that when silver was 20 bucks, 30 bucks, 50 bucks, but now's the time. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to have $140 million of cash flow on an annual basis. I'm going to have $140 million in the bank, and I'm going to leverage that production to develop my silver. And there's been companies in our business that have done that. When the chairman of Contango called me on August 13th because he was buying Dolly stock because we're a special asset, I pitched him on an idea. I said to him, why don't we combine and we can become the next Pan American Silver? And actually what we're going to do is actually become the next Hecla because we're going to stay focused in safe jurisdictions. So this is what we are today. Now, I'll simplify it. We're about 100 million ounces of silver, a few million ounces of high-grade gold. It's all in the same neighborhood. The successful companies in our business, if you study Sean Boyd and Agnico Eagle, and I can go through a long list, they consolidate districts. So these projects should be in one company. This is Alaska, this is Northwest BC, and we are just getting started. And I'll give you a little bit of like our plan, because you could say, Shawn, you have a lot of deposits now. How are you going to do it? We've got that figured out. This slide talks about how we're methodically going to systematically move each of these projects through the pipeline. And what it's going to translate to is when I look out into the future, I see a company producing 5-6 million ounces a year of silver and 200,000 ounces a year of gold. It's $1 billion US market cap on merge, 1.4 Canadian billion. But my goal is to take it to 5 to 10 to 20 billion and so on. And I'm saying that, and the reality is immediately we're trading 10 million shares, $10 million of shares a day already, USD. We've got 9 analysts covering us. I've been building companies for 22 years. This one's only going to have 31 million shares out. It's starting at $33 a share US, 9 analysts covering us, only 15 million shares in the hands of the public. This is a rocket ship. So again, I think this is the most powerful slide in the presentation. It says it all. It highlights in North America, the gold developers, the silver developers, and there's 2 choices. If you want precious metals, you want grade, you care about jurisdiction, you can buy Hecla today at a $15 billion market cap, or you can buy the new Contango silver and gold. And look, we're going to spend a lot of money on drilling. We're going to spend $70 million in 2026 on drilling. What this highlights here is 2024, 2025, the best drill results in the business in silver and gold are coming from Dolly and Contango. And with a $70 million spend, 2026 should result in this too. These are the people. I'm blessed to be able to work with Rick, who's going to be our CEO. Rick's had a lot of experience. He built Nova Gold, which is a $6 billion company. The Trump administration just invested in Trilogy, which was a company that Rick was the CEO of. So he's got this incredible track record, and he's a name that's synonymous with Alaska and success. And as he was taking Contango from inception to the valuation it is today, which is about 700 million Canadian dollars, and he was dominating the Alaska landscape, we were doing the same on the other side of the border in Northwest BC. And how this deal came about wasn't just the chairman calling me. It was Rick and I were competing to buy the same processing facility. And instead of competing, we decided to join forces because we thought together we could continue to fill that pipeline. And so just quickly here, we'll go into the portfolio. On the Alaska side, we've got 3 high-grade gold deposits, 1 in production, 1 coming into production, and 1 that's next in queue. And what's great about this business, and this is what I love, mining is a business that is capital intensive and it takes a long time to move a project forward. We've got a model here. It only works with high-grade projects. We put rocks in a box and we send them to a processing facility. So we don't need to build tailings facilities and permit them. We don't need the CapEx. And there's 2 idled, underutilized processing facilities in BC. So there's more capacity. We're currently utilizing Kinross's facility. It's called Fort Knox in Alaska. But this walks you through how we get to 200,000 ounces of gold in Alaska. And then we've dominated the Golden Triangle. We own as much ground as Newmont. We've had great results. We just put out some big silver results this past week. We've got more results coming imminently from the Dolly side. So look, I'll just leave you with, you're going to hear a lot of stories. We are in production. We are ambitiously trying to grow. We've got a capable team. We're doing it with high grades, and we're doing it in a safe jurisdiction. Thank you.